It's recording, I guess. It's Fat Stormtrooper here from Daft Chicken Gaming, and suck your ass. Anyway, we're just trying to, we're like translators. We're translators between the world of the rich and the world of the poor.
I think the GoPro's looking at the blind.
Is it looking at the blind?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so, from my point of view, I was born into this. I was born into a world of poverty, and I graduated into a world of having stuff. So I just want to sort of talk you guys through some of it. This is like, if you can live next to a national park, and this is sort of a typical affluent suburb in Perth. And that's a sports car, I mean, it's a yuppie midlife crisis vessel. So we're going along here, and there's all these sorts of things along here. And anyway, a couple of things that you have to learn is, when you're a yuppie, you have cars that tell you you're over the speed limit. You just ignore that bit and push through. And if you stay above the speed limit, they don't tell you again. That's the first thing you need to know about yuppie cars. The second thing, this is BMW, BMWs are a lot like hedgehogs, but the pricks are in fact on the inside. Big four-wheel drives, if you gotta, the whole aim of being a yuppie is to make lots of money and get a big house near either the beach or a park or a golf course. Even if you don't play golf, you get near the golf course. Now, I actually, I'm unashamedly a member of a golf club. To get, oh shit, here's the bitch goes again over the speed limit. Now, to get in the golf club, there is roughly, a yuppie golf club, there is a 3 to 5 year waiting list unless you qualify. You have to have a letter of recommendation from another club. So I thought, well, to get a letter of recommendation, they have to say that you have a good golfing handicap. Well, I'm sort of handicapped in ways, but this is actually a golfing handicap, which is sort of different. I've actually been a member of a club for 3 years. I've never swung a club. Why do I go there? Cheap alcohol. The club room is very cheap. So anyway, I go there and, are you going to play today? Oh no, I hurt my shoulder. I've hurt my shoulder for how many years? But it's cheap alcohol, and the food there, $5 for a plate of food that would cost you, $15 in a normal restaurant. So something about being a rich person is that rich people don't like to spend money. And this is one of the tricks that I had to sort of address when I tried to enter the world of the rich person. I'm like a yuppie dog. A yuppie dog means I'm not actually a rich person's dog, but I sort of am, because I do tricks for rich people. And the rich people pay me, not just in bones, but in cash. So if I jump, the noob, roll over, lick my ass, or whatever that they want me to do, then I get paid. And that's how you get to become a rich person. You just become their dog for a while. And if you do the tricks right, and they can't get enough of my tricks, so I get, they give me stuff, And that's just how it works. What was I saying before that? I don't. Can't remind me. Anyway, so anyway, this is another suburb, and again, this is going down. It's a bit of a yuppie suburb too. Some of the houses are a bit older here, but that's another thing about being a rich person. You knock them down and make a great big house that looks like an ice cream cake. So to be rich, you want to have a house that's big, knock down something else and it looks like an ice cream cake. You want to have a car with the appropriate label that tells you that you're over the speed limit. And the other thing is, you want to find yourself a yuppie mate. Now, fat chicks are just not in the land of the rich. There are rich fat chicks, but they're sort of things that you keep in the back room as family members, and you feed them under the door. I call these the fit sort of you know, fit, thin, rich chicks that, you know, sort of with high skirts. I call them stick bitches because they're like a stick. They're like really, really, really thin, and they're a little bit like a phony. Phony counterfeit dollar bill because they're a bony fuck. Anyway, one's a counterfeit buck, one's a bony fuck. Anyway, so yes, that's a stick bitch. So you have to get your ice cream cake, your car, you design a car, and the flavours of the munch, munch, yeah, munchies. The flavour of the month are the BMW. X5 or something, but over here at the moment, did you see over there at the lights, there is a Discovery or a Land Rover. The Land Rover Sports, they're great big, they're called yuppie box cars, YBC for short. They actually, just like, look at that fucking box thing that's going past. Yeah, okay, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And actually the back of them looks just like a flat screen television. In fact, I'm at the lights there, I'm waiting for a show and nothing happens. So you start throwing food at them. But they're just, and there's a Mercedes. There's a guy in it that's about old enough to be my great granddad, thinking that Mercedes will be his chick magnet. So say, hey, I got my Mercedes, I'm old, I'm infirm. Can you be my stick bitch? Yeah. So that's the world of the rich. The other thing is you've got to be very particular about what dog you own. And dogs have to be pedigrees. And pedigrees, they have to be of certain types.
Really small and annoying.
Small and annoying. Small and annoying is the key. Small and annoying. And you know, you don't want to be seen walking a small and annoying dog because that's not right. You need your stick bitch to do that, and if you manage to copulate with your stick bitch, you might have what we call yuppie lava children. And yuppie lava children, they will never walk your dog. They will they will go to private schools and they'll learn elocution, to talk properly. They'll learn to solve maths puzzles. If they're girls, they'll learn to be trophy wives.
And they basically learn to be probably a Mac fan or something.
Oh, well, what fan? A Macintosh fan, yeah. Macintosh computers, yeah. Not if you guys use Mac, that's okay. I do use Mac for certain things. I have a old Macintosh laptop underneath my monitor to raise it up to the right level so I don't hurt my neck. So Macintoshes are fairly good for that. In fact, I have two laptops under that monitor, and they do actually raise it up just to the right level. So apart from that, okay, yeah. So the other good thing is you can go to private schools and your parents can pay a fortune. Well, I didn't do the private school thing, but if somebody asks me where I go to, I always say the name of my crappy old high school, then I say the word college. Shitsville College. So, it's not a college, it's a high school, but if they say the word college, they automatically include you in the yuppie brotherhood. I mean, college and high school are used synonymously. So what you can always say, try it, I went to the Bronx College. I went to Harlem College. Well, whatever you want.
Stripper club.
I went to the stripper club college. I went to Slutsville College. And anyway, so that's part of the yuppie doctrine. And the other thing is have a phone. A phone. I've got a phone. You do not need a life if you have a phone. Phones are good because a couple of things. They keep you from having to talk to your stick bitch. So what you can do is always get texts, and the stick bitch will understand she has her phone. And if she has... if she doesn't have a phone, she'll know to wait because it's a yuppie doctrine. You must wait for somebody fiddling and fucking around with their phone. You know, even during sex, they have to wait. Just stop for a sec, dear. I've got to check my phone. And yeah, and then you can sort of put up on Facebook. Yeah, that's part of the yuppie doctrine. All the rich kids have phones. What's that? There's one called Haradi. Haradi. Anyway, that's a big BMW. Yeah. There's a Hyundai in a rich suburb. Kill it. Oh my God. It must be trying to break into someone's house. He's what, fucking 80 years old? He's going to be climbing through your window. Quick, call the cops. I feel insecure. The other thing too is all houses need to have one of those alarm systems that when you open the door they go beep. Oh shit, I just forgot to take the mail. Beep. Everyone in the house wakes up. Beep. Beep. Then you have to have CCTV cameras. I mean, okay, you can't even take a leak on the front door because it's got an auto monitoring setting that sets it off and sends it to the monitoring setting. Hey, there's some fat guy taking a pee on your front lawn. That's me. Yeah. So this is the world of the yuppie. Anything else to say about the world of the yuppie? Yes. It's really important to have the right suit. I always say that you don't buy a suit, you move into one. And really the key is get something that's Italian. Even if it's not Italian, you tell people I got this made up and it's Italian. I mean, an Italian suit. And shoes, I mean Italian. Okay, yes, I have an Italian pair of shoes. I bought them from Target, but they're Italian. And most of the people don't actually know that they're not Italian. But then there's brands. You have to either go to third world countries or buy them online, counterfeit brands, or you actually have to do the deed and actually dip in and pay a fortune, like fucking $300 for a pair of fucking jeans, or or bloody designer jocks. And then you have to sort of find some way of exhibiting them so that people know that you've got them. Oh my gosh, my pants are slouched down a bit and they can see your designer jocks. So there has to be ways, and your stick bitches are really good at doing that. So they'll have like a pair of tracksuit pants and you can just see the top of their designer knickers, or in their handbag. It has to be an Oraton handbag or something like that. Anyway, so the long and short of it is, it is really hard to learn the language of the rich. It has been a mission that I've had to fulfill, and it is something that that needs rehearsal, and it's every bit as hard as learning a foreign language. It's to tell you the truth, it's harder learning. It's harder learning to fit in with rich society than it is to learn Russian. And the final point I'm going to say is that of alcohol. You can't just go and get a beer. I'll have a beer, please. Well, I do sometimes sneak off. I down dress. I wear sunglasses. I go into pubs just in case one. But can I have a beer? Yeah, man. Yeah. But in the business circles, oh, look at this old classic car here. Oh, gee. Look at that old thing there. That's pretty fucking cool. That's the other thing about being rich. You get to, oh shit, look at old fucking cool cars.
It reminds me of Thunderbirds for some reason, from the back of it.
Yeah, most of those old cars, in fact, spend most of their life in the garage. What you do is you get yourself one of those great big yuppie box cars, YBCs for short, and you have an old trophy car that you drive occasionally, and that's just so your neighbours can see that you've got an old classic. Now I've got that pretty well. I've got a whole lot of old junky cars stuck around. I don't leave anything in the driveway with visible rust because that would be sacrilege. So I've learned to integrate quite well in the world of the yuppie. Non-integration is something that is not really an option. In terms of wine, it's an interesting prospect. The best thing to do is get yourself one bottle of expensive wine and get yourself 50 bottles of cheap wine. Taste them and pretty well work out they taste the same. Now the next thing is going to be really disturbing to anyone who's from the yuppie world. You then drink that bottle of good wine yourself, and then you put the shit ones in the bottle and you recork it. And you do that every time before you have a, inverted commas, dinner party. Most important part of that dinner party is that you actually cater the dinner party. And even more impressive, you get a whole lot of dirty dishes and you leave them in the sink to say that I cooked them myself because I was taking, inverted commas, cooking classes. So there are many ways in which to impress the yuppie mind, and I hope I have provided some degree of insight to people who have not crossed the blood-brain barrier yet, and entered the world of the yuppie. With that, I'm going to return to my car that tells me that I'm over the speed limit, and I'm going to continue to cruise down to other yuppie areas which will